catch anything. Maybe just all of the noise, but that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. Turning steel to butter. So I don't know why I go close to that lambda, but we're trying to salvage us. We can see we've penetrated, so we know that's solid. But we don't want to go close to that sensor, to be honest with you, so we'll get some exhaust sealer in there. But yeah, we've had to get a little creative. We're going to take a section out of the exhaust now to make it all fit nice, so that it's not banging its heat off. Right, so that's what happens sometimes. The aftermarket stuff, they get it wrong. They get it wrong sometimes. That'll work. So, that's what we had to do it. we'll give all that a wire brush and a zinc coating. But now this bracket's on the right side. What did happen was, where this was, we would have had to have bolted this on this side, and it was pushing the rear silencer. It was pushed away into that. It was hitting there. So this is where we're going to have it now. So roughly around about here. That's about as good as we can get it without buying a full Renault system, so that's pretty solid. That's not going anywhere. And we can, it's on springs up here. It is making moves, so it is on springs up there. So let's take that out as well. That'll give it a bit more movement. But it was just too long, and I have come across this before with these Renaults. So you see, we've got a gap around the tunnel as well. So solid. It's not going anywhere. So unfortunately, but that's what happens sometimes with these aftermarket exhausts. We did ask the question twice, to be honest with you. I did phone down twice and ask the question, is this just a simple join, clamp and sleeve at this catalyst? And I was told yes twice, and I just knew there was something not right. So we'll get some exhaust paste just for that wee bit there. Hopefully that will not cause any issues, but we really didn't want to, and we can change it again if we wanted to. We've not welded it in there, you know what I mean, so we could get that sensor out of there. So no weld should have interfered with it, because it should not went too close to it. So and we'll put a bit of paste, a bit of exhaust paste, just because we want to be able to service the cat's not leaking. So don't want to change the cat on it, that's a really expensive bit. We'll get a new nut on there, get that all sorted out. But yeah, it's been a bit extra work, to be honest, than what we were. So guys, that's how you do it. I just will not be beaten on a bank holiday Monday by a simple exhaust. So that is going nowhere. Solid, all clamped up, all pasted up in the back. That's about as good as we can get it sitting. I'm not sure how far away it is from how the original sat, to be honest with you, but it's going to need to be doing it, I think. And put a wee self-tapper in there into the body, into the box section of the chassis. We managed to get a nut, that one did take it, these two sheared, so just put in self-tappers, so it's better than the cable ties that was on it. So I can see here, guys, so you can see what happens when you start welding. Instant corrosion, don't know why, some sort of chemical reaction, I'm not sure, but what I always do is I always give it a little wire brush off. So it's very simple, you can't get into the flap disc or anything like that, so if you were doing some bodywork you'd take the welds off altogether, but just a little rub up with the wire brush, and you can see the difference. You can see this side orangey. Doesn't take much. I'll go over it with the drill, and then I'll zinc coat it. I'll let that dry in a wee bit, and then I'll go over it with some paste, just make sure there's no bits I've missed, make sure it's all sealed in, but should be. That looks not too bad, sitting okay in the tunnel. It's really all I could do with it, to be honest with you, other than change the cat on it. But we're on a bit of a jam on a bank holiday, so I'll be able to, whatever happens again, we'll be able to rework that. So that's not an issue. But so other things the motor needs: tyres, ball joints, handbrake must be on, surely. Is it? No. So okay. So that one's binding. That's definitely binding. So we knew about that anyway. So we knew these rear pads and disc, tyres, ball joints. We did the exhaust to keep the car mobile, and the customer can now wash his tyres and get back to teaching kids. So there you have it. We've given that a zinc coating. It's just a bit dried in. That zinc coating, that'll make it last a bit longer anyway. Then we'll go over it with some paste, make sure we've not missed anything. We're also blowing up the tyres. This one had 20 psi, the rest of them all were around about 30 mark. Could be doing with the two drivers ones changed. So this was rattling its heat off as well. This was really loose, this plastic panel, so we've put some zip ties, as the Americans call them. Here in Scotland we call them cable ties, for tying cables with, that's what we use them for. Oh, anything really, to be honest with you. You can't fix anything with zip ties and duct tape, then you've got major problems. So but I will cut them off, we'll get them brushed up, could really be doing with an apprentice, a floor sweeper, to be honest with you. I mean, look at all that rust. That's half of that one and that one. Thankfully the Renaults don't rust up too much, but I will get some of this Clarice exhaust paste on here. Put this on top of the welder just now. So well, that's setting in a wee bit more. We'll put the carb down. And, when the car first came in, when we first looked at it, it did have a lambda code anyway for that O2 sensor. So we're hoping that it's just been because the exhaust was blown. So now that the exhaust hole again, hopefully no blows on it. And there's a back box which we know had busted off its welds. It's knackered. It's pretty well rotten. So we'll get that into the scrap with the rest of these bits of exhaust. So we'll get all that cleaned up, get the carb down while that's setting in, and we'll get a big oil tail on it, take the codes off it, and we'll get it all tested. Hopefully that'll be all good. There you go, all pasted up. And hopefully, yep, all fault codes cleared out it. So, and it was just 2 for the O2 sensor. So happy days. So, there you go, no fault codes. It's on a bit of a fast tick over, mind you, for whatever reason. Not sure what that's all about. I don't know, something like that. So, banging beats, man, eh? Oh. So, that's all sorted now. Tailpipe sticking out the bottom. Oh, sealed in. Happy days. So, beam again. All good, road tested, no exhaust banging, turn her off, that's all good. So we did have to put it back up. There was a wee pinhole where we missed with the welder, but we got that. So yeah, we managed to get creative with how we got in there, but we got it. Road tested, all good, no more lights on, so happy days. So big spotrage, or spotrage as they call it down south. Needs front pads in this. You can see they're well worn. Groove on them, and I've got a 2mm in the red, so we know what happens, guys, when we get to the red at traffic light. It's time to stop. So yep, they're well done. The rear, it's got a wee problem. It was binding. We checked the, oh, I left my spanner. So I left my spanner. I had that caliper off, guys, so I had that caliper off and in the vise. I know the pads and this, but when I checked this motor, this was turning. Looks like this one, but when I brought it back in the day to check it, it wasn't turning, so that caliper's seizing up in there. So put in the vise and it seems to be working for now, but I don't think it's going to last. I think it's just going to need a new caliper, to be honest with you. So it does have a big screw in there. So we'll get the pads and discs on the front of it done, and you know how we feel about the pads and discs, guys. You know how we feel about them. So quality you can trust every time. Shorter bedding in, longer working life, optimum safety and comfort, APEC, full spec, full stop, just like my gloves. So they are quality high. So there you go, new APEC pads and discs on there. That's running nice and free. This is running nice and free at the moment, but it won't be. That's going to need a caliper. We have freed that off. The levers are fine. The little levers in here, you pull them on, that's the part brake on. Let it go, that's it off. Same with this side in here, get your hand in there, pull the handbrake on, that's the handbrake on, that's it off. So it's the caliper itself this time, so I might need a caliper on there, so just need to keep an eye, guys. So, yep, I mean, know about the puncture as well, so, and new APEC pads and discs on there. Full spec, full stop, guys, so they're good stuff. So I really do, I really like them. So that's all through on that one, guys, that's that one done. He'll get it back down, get the wheels torqued up, get it road tested and get it back to the customer. And that's all good now, thankfully. Thankfully, the pads and discs were more straightforward than the last job we did. Also got a lowrider in the day. Look at that bad boy. I think maybe need to see big Tanzer. What about this? Look at this. That's very un-Mercedes, isn't it? Very un-Mercedes. God's sake. What's happened there, Mercedes, guys? Don't know, comments below. It did drive here. It did drive here, man. It is awfully low on that side, man. Awfully low. So, wee airbag issue there, I think. Wee airbag issue. We'll get to the bottom of that.